Okay, Drip, this is Slime.
Alright, what is up everyone? This is Mike from Drip Local. Just going to do a quick little tutorial on how to chop up some samples and make a beat. Throwback Thursday, let's do This Day in Music. I already came here before. Found this No Doubt, Gwen Stefani song, came out in 97, called Don't Speak. Okay, so guitar right there, and then if we tune bat it, great place to look for like scales. So we see it's C minor, key, 5A Camelot. So go ahead and look at the BPM too, so 76, and we go ahead and load it into FL. We can go ahead and get started. So I really like sampling, just really fun. People are like, oh, you want to be original, but I mean, you are being original once you kind of like chop it and flip it, make a sick beat, so who fucking cares, right? All right, so let's go ahead and slice it up. All right. All right, so right here about, and then just a little bit. Okay, so you can just go into a little bit more detail and just figure out where you really need to chop it. Real simple. So go ahead, pull it on. You see it fits to the grid. That's because we're just doing double time. So 152, so 76 was original tempo. So it's going to be double time, perfect for a trap beat. So let's enable stretch right there, and feel free to like move it however you want. Just make sure you're fitting it to the actual grid. And you can do this by making sure you're enabled over here with a little magnet. Another way to do this, you can just get rid of that, is to just do the time stamp right here, and boom, you're set. So for example, if I move down the BPM, see, it just moves with it, so pretty neat. All right, so let's just stay at 152. All right, so we have that. I do like chopping my samples a lot just to give some kind of variation, but I think we're gonna go ahead and first start out with finding some like chords. So we saw it was like in C minor, so I'm just gonna FL keys. Underrated plugin. I don't usually use the sounds like as an end product, but it's good for just kind of like determining scales at least. So let's go to piano roll, and then over here, piano roll options, helpers, and then you can go to scale highlighting. And we saw that we were in a C minor. Now, I don't know too much about music theory, but like this is pretty helpful for just figuring out like what you should be putting together in terms of your melody, in terms of your chords. So let's do minor, natural Aeolian. A lot of trap songs kind of work within that. So D sharp. Let's go ahead and turn down the sample a little bit just so we can hear what we're doing on the keys. Alright, so we can add some variation to the melody, make it a little bit more interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and replace this with another plugin. Alright. So let's go ahead and put this underneath. So these are gonna serve more as kind of like our 808. All right, so let's make it a little bit more filtered. So I'm gonna go ahead and link it to track 10. So it's gonna play through here, bring it down a little bit. Then we're gonna put an EQ on it, take out some of the low end so our 808s can live there. So this, as you can see here, is like sub bass, and then your bass, and then this is where your 808s want to live over here, like the sub bass. Kicks kind of more over here, bass to low mid, then mid frequencies. You know, this is like the core of your song. This is where you want most of your instruments to lie, and then over here near high mid is like where your vocals need to fit in. Then over here is just like treble. It's where like hi-hats, some of your higher end snares and claps. Depends on how punchy they are. So what I did here was I just went to presets and mastering, and the 20 hertz by 18 kilohertz, and then it just allows you to block out all noise. So this is referred to as, I believe it's like, yeah, it's a pass, so nothing can pass through, while a shelf would be like, you can kind of have some control over what noises pass through, but not really. Like, stuff can get through, like there's leakage. So let's add some more aspects of the song just to make it a little bit more interesting. Guitar sample kind of ended up sounding kind of like shit, but no worries. Let's go ahead and get some.
With me, you and me, we used to be you and me, we used to be together, every day together, always.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and start chopping. This is like where it gets really fun, because you can do whatever the fuck you want. Literally no rhyme or reason. Depends, but for the most part, this is just, you know, have fun with it. So go over here, go to beat, and this will chop it up. So, yep, lots of fun to play around with. The attack kind of like helps it so stuff is less choppy, and then of course play to end if you're, you know, finger drumming. That's not the case for me right now. Stay tuned, soon enough. So let's go ahead and put the attack down at like maybe 20. Another cool thing you can do, let's go ahead and clone this track, but instead of putting that vocal stuff in, we're going to go ahead and drag this shit in. Wow. Let's see what we're doing here. So drag that back to Edison, and then go over here and pull this in. So this is what we chopped up, or not what we chopped up, but our sample from the beginning. We're going to slice it by beat, and then we can go ahead and pitch it. Actually, let's pitch it up, give it some bounce, because it chops it up automatically. And yeah, it just sounds, you know, not that great. So let's go ahead and reset this, see what kind of sound we're going for. Hear that bounce? It's pretty nice. let's clean up this melody so it kind of works together a little bit better. See what other keyboards we can work with. So after some work, we've kind of reached it where it's kind of coming together. So let's go ahead and add some chops in. Alright, so let's put some reverb on it. So increase the size over here. Some delay on it. Delay is nice. Makes it a little spacey, kind of like makes up for the chop of the sample. Alright, the fun part begins now. So as I said before, we're going to use these kind of as our like 808 guides. But let's go ahead and put some hi-hats in there, basic hi-hats. Hey-do! Shout out to my buddy for all the drum kits. All right, check them out. Drippy Hey. We're in this shit together, so making bangers. Bangers, bang. Yeah, fuck yeah. All right. Okay, let's go. So use the ghost notes. That's the key here. And for 808s, let's just go ahead and show you how to set these up. I'm not gonna mix everything that much. I can do that like in a video in the future. This is just kind of about like cooking up, you know, getting better. Any little thing in the workflow that makes you better is always important. All right, so we see that's an A. So go over here. So this allows you to manipulate it, and we want to turn attack down because we want the 808 to hit right away. Hold, decay is down, sustain is down, and release, I don't think that matters. And then we're going to set this as like A. So you see there the root note, and it's right click. So now we're going to be in scale. So that's pretty important. Oh, one last piece. You want to be able to cut self. That way, when you have 808s coming right after one another, they're not going to bleed into each other. It's just going to sound a lot cleaner. Tough Connect, you can just highlight everything and do Command L. Links everything together. Alright, so let's go ahead and get a punchy kick. Punchy, man, come on. Alright. Ooh, love it. Let's do something about this piano. I feel like it needs to be like doubled up or something. Try it out. Fuck it, right? Alright, so let's add one more layer, just a, you know, icing on the cake. Alright, let's add, kind of just want like a twinkle sound, you know. Nope. Alright, that's basically it. Yeah, so I'll probably drop this like tomorrow or something. Alright, first Cookup in the books, definitely not the last. So once again, I'm Mike, part of Drip Local. So I mean, if you fuck with it, like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions you might have, any suggestions on how to get better. You know, always open to learning each and every day. So yeah, thanks for watching.